Oh no. What's up? It's your boy Sean Jaime back again with a damn another video, and you already know I'm gonna be talking about how it genuinely feels crazy to me that I've ran a multi-six-figure business at the age of 19, and now I'm transitioning into a weird phase of my life where I want to reevaluate what I want to do. Basically, I'm recollecting all the money that I have from my first business and transitioning into another business while also trying to do something else. I don't necessarily know if that's really the right thing for me to do. I'll tell you this, that it's worth a try, right? It's something that I need to reconsider and just see where I can, I want to see myself in a really good position by the age of 22 where I can, potentially, go crazy. So at the moment, if you're ever in doubt of what you really want to do, I hope my experience, gives you some clarity. Personally, from my own experience, I've felt that I've always needed to help people. Typically, it's not a talent, but it's more so about you genuinely being liked by a lot of people. I fucked up a lot of relationships in terms of, potential business partners or potential friendships. And it wasn't me being arrogant. It's more so about people not accepting me for who I am. And it's not necessarily my fault. Everyone's not going to be, your friend in this world, unfortunately. And that's a big pill that I had to swallow, because as much as you want to be liked by certain people, being yourself, your true authentic self, is going to be way more powerful than just you being someone that you're not. I also see this in a couple of my friends, and it's kind of, I've told them this, but when you really love someone and when you care about them, it's up to them whether or not they actually want to change. They just keep doing the same shit, expecting a different outcome, and that's pretty solid advice coming from an entrepreneur, right? So don't take advice from someone who's not actually implementing, that type of advice. And me being in college, right? I see so many people having this egotistic, mindset where they think they're hot shit, and I'm gonna laugh because I know most adults can agree with me that the job market is shit unless you have connections. I had a talk with this with my aunt that your connections are gonna lead you to who you are and mold you. Everyone thinks after college that they have a job set up for them right then and there, 6 figures. Typically, you're not gonna make 6 figures after college. You're most likely gonna get an entry position for 40K to 60K. People get stuck in this mindset that you're putting yourself in a trap unless you have the mindset of, hey, I'm gonna earn 40K, worst case scenario. Give me about 3 more years, I'll be making 6 figures. So that's another thing. It's implementation of how you see time. How I see time is that right now I'm not making as much money. Like, for example, within a year a year time frame, I will be making 6 figures every single month. If you can back that up with action and discipline, you're going to be straight for your entire life. That's what happened with me with Walmart. Right now I'm scaling my Walmart business. Currently it's making 30K a month revenue. Profit's about 4 to 6K right now. If I were to double it, I'll be making 5 figures in freaking profit, which would be beautiful for me, but that'll take some time. So also, if you are interested, comment down below or hit me up on Instagram if you're interested in learning about Walmart or selling on third-party platforms, or even just learning about e-commerce, because I got you. But that's the second tip. And third tip is that understand what you're getting yourself into. Whether it comes to becoming a lawyer, a doctor, or even an entrepreneur, it takes time. It takes experience. I would take someone over experienced than a newbie coming out of college. And I'm sorry, but person with having more experience, being in the industry much longer than a college student, obviously going to take that person that's more experienced, because it's a less of a risk on your business. But it's more higher risk if you put someone from a open entry level job, like from college, just putting it into your business. It's high risk because they don't understand the model yet, or they themselves haven't been in the industry for that long. And me saying this in current daily life, it's just weird to see that a lot of people talk about how oh, I'm in this club, oh, I manage this organization. That's really good, don't get me wrong, it looks really good on your resume, but being from a specific company, they're going to see certain attributes that correlate with their values and their beliefs. So just being flexible and just knowing that in that position, in terms of being flexible, and also knowing that if you're in a job and you're going to be replaced, understand your model and your demeanor. If you know you're going to be replaced, don't act like you're the shit. You know what I'm saying? Act like who you are. Because if someone acts a different way, it's not going to necessarily correlate with your values. Be your true authentic self and see what your values, in line with the company's. But again, those are my tips for, understanding the job market and just how I see things as an entrepreneur. But now talking about that, it's just like, to me, I can't comprehend that. Like, I'm all about money. Like, I always want to make moves. I have ADHD. Like, bro, I got to be doing stuff like this, like this, like this, like this. I got to keep moving. Here and there, I'm obsessed with learning. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, you give me a book, I will study the fuck out of that shit. And one thing that I've genuinely learned is that college is really good, but being academically sound isn't going to be as life sound, if you know what I mean. Being academically sound and being a perfectionist in your academics and learning is one thing, but you can be an accelerator in life. You can do both, but the thing is, it's going to be either one or the other. You can be really good at academics but have a shitty ass life, or you can have a great life but be shit at academics. I like to lean towards more in the life aspect, where I myself know how to move money, I know how to manage money, I know how to correlate myself in different positions and be situational and be an adaptive person. I like to give people this quote where you give power to the people with limits. Basically, if you're a good salesman, that's kind of free game, that you entice to them, you give them this feeling that they have power. You give them that power. But there's certain restrictions. Therefore, they have boundaries within themselves. So if I were going to sell to you and be like, hey, like, buy my pen, but don't buy from XYZ company because they won't give you the best rates that I will provide you, only if you do XYZ for me. So notice how I give boundaries of how companies are like my competition are with these XYZ companies. I'm giving them a boundary, but limiting them from buying from those companies and giving accessibility to me, that gives me more power to give them to buy from me, if you get that. So that's like a good sales tactic. Basically, business and entrepreneurship is just a whole lot of manipulation and trust and fucking like everything. It's crazy to me. That's what I learned in business. Like, and not bad manipulation, but just good sales tactics. You have to be liked. You have to adapt to the certain industry that you're in. If you're going to sell a certain product, your product has to be liked by the industry that it's currently in. Being liked in terms of the advertising, the model, the branding, the typography, everything, the color basis of, how you brand yourself. For me, I'm a very I like to say the stupid quote, but nonchalant. I'm pretty nonchalant. But knowing that people like me just for my authenticity, showing you guys that you can actually change your life. I'm not like, fuck the money. You can actually change your life by just being completely yourself. Outside of the factors of your family, your friends, religion, knowing for who you are and embracing that, that's going to give you the most money and that's going to give you the most attention to giving yourself the power that you need to focus on in whatever aspect you need. So again, this is my realizations of being an entrepreneur, and I hope you guys love this video. Please like and comment, and if you are interested, DM me on my Instagram or comment down below. Peace. Love y'all.